It's a new year, 2022. At least it's been a new year for the past at least 12 days. It's the first time you guys seeing us. We are back. This is not a fact basketball talk. Of course, I'm the Black Swan. That's THABLACKSWAAN. And of course, we got Coach over here. What's going on? Why you look like that?
You're seeing this stuff. I know you're excited.
Nah. Don't you mean I ain't excited?
You're excited.
No, man, I'm
Welcome
excited.
back, everybody.
Yeah, but I'm excited. But, it's been 3 weeks off, so you got to get back into the groove. Get back into the groove of things or whatever. But also, you know how we always going to start things off. No. We know how we're going to start things off. Going to kick it off with some updates and games going on for the day. Let us know all that stuff. And while we do that, we're going to encourage you guys to share the broadcast. Even if you're watching this on the playback, still share the broadcast because we got a lot to talk about. Before we do that, let me give you a quick rundown of what we got to talk about for the day. Just so you know, if you want to go stick around, maybe you might hear one topic you're really into. So let me let you know, guys, what's going on. It's episode 8 for the new season. First week, of course, we got our updates. After that, I'm going to give my injury breakdown. Y'all heard about that new Paul George situation, so I want to talk about that. After that, we got our good questions talked about. I think they talked about it a couple of times over the ESPN and all those different basketball networks. We wanted to tackle that question because I love me some Lamelo Ball. So is Lamelo Ball a superstar? We're going to debate that, ponder on that. Don't know if it's going to be a debate, but we're going to deep dive into that and see what we think about it. After that, we're going to talk about the leaving LA effect. How all y'all know I always keep saying this, how all them nice players we traded away and for Anthony Davis, and then how we was giving away players over the summer to bringing all these old guys. Everybody seems to be having success elsewhere. We have a question to talk about. Do you think if we still kept all these guys where we would be right now?
Why are you saying we?
It's Lakers, bro. Lakers, baby.
Yeah, not we, though.
Oh, not what we.
Right, don't say Lakers. Don't say Lakers. They may be thinking.
Oh, my bad. I don't want to confuse y'all. I don't want to confuse y'all. I see your team been on a nice little streak. His team Mochel beating them up. We're going to talk about that later. All right, then. But yeah, so we're going to talk about that Lakers situation. Then, of course, we got me do our power rankings forever. So, we got to define our power rankings. A lot going on at the time that we missed.
Oh, you ready?
Yeah, I got that. I think there was so much going on, like, compared to what we did last time to what's probably going to be now. I had to do a little research and really deep dive into what was going on. And then at the end of that, we got our pick'ems again. We had some pick'ems going on from the start of the season. We still have our running competition going. We're going to give you an update on where we at with stats, as well as we're going to have our that was 3 weeks ago, just to let you know who won or lost. And then we're going to pick some new games for the future, and we're going to tackle that. So that's our rundown for what we got on today. Again, Kyle's going to start giving us some updates while you guys going to be sharing the broadcast.
All right, let's go on with some games we have starting off right now. We have Boston versus Indiana. Boston 33, Indiana 23. In the first quarter, coming down to the end. Then we have Charlotte and Philadelphia. Your boys doing all right, but I don't know if that's a call your team.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Charlotte.
Favorite player.
He's a Laker.
Yeah, he's my favorite
Laker
player.
Chicago Hornet.
My favorite. I like favorite players. Like, everybody got their favorite players. Then you got a team that, what I'm saying, if your favorite player going against a team, you still want your team win, but you want your favorite player to do good.
Yeah. Oh, but their favorite player right now is leading the game. So they
that's 20, good. That's
20 25.
That's good.
Then we got Orlando and Washington. Orlando 16. They're at the bottom of the pool, like the whole, like I joke.
But we knew that coming in.
I didn't figure they're gonna be at the bottom, like the last team in the league, bro.
Then there was some teams that and stuff like that.
I would never thought that. But then we have 7:30. But to jump off in a minute, we have the Miami Heat. Please don't forget the in front of the Miami Heat playing against Atlanta Hawks. Then we have the Dallas and New York. Should be a good game. New York being up and down. Dallas is being hot lately.
Recently,
Then we have Houston and San Antonio. Hey, shout out to Houston, bro.
Battle in Texas.
Houston really being...
I like Houston, but that boy, Kevin Porter Jr., he look like he have some mental problems, bro.
Sometimes.
But still, yeah, come on, man.
That's why they traded him.
You gotta spread that stuff out. You can't be doing stuff back after back.
Yo, bro.
You try to kill a dude the other game. And if that... it's so crazy. If that dude had tried to fight him, Kevin Porter might have been suspended for like 6 games. Yeah. But only because that dude get up, and I guess they friends or they know each other because they young dudes.
And then, like a lot of these young dudes now, they didn't play AU.
Right. It's like if he turn up, that could have turned so ugly.
And then the thing about Houston started to do good. They had a bad break. Christian Woods didn't want to play. Like
your boy leave halftime, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And even when they came back, niggas look good. Because even when Kevin Porter came back, game winner. I think the game right after he came back, game winner. So it's like the talent there.
A triple-double, but I heard they took it from him. But yeah, he got a triple-double. Can't take that from him. But, shout out Houston. Them in San Antonio. Then we got Cleveland, Utah. Shout out Cleveland.
Definitely. That ain't no walk, but that's a team, bro.
Bruh.
That's a team.
Bruh.
That's a team. Like, Cleveland's so good right now. They're in talks to make trade to be a contender. See, like, it ain't about, it used to be about, let's try to make the playoffs. They done jumped so high. They trying to get a trade where, boy, you might have beat us.
I didn't even think about that. But by you saying that now, I would love to see John Wall go there.
I don't know.
Because you still need that point guard leadership for the playoffs.
But then they trying to get, one of the names I heard is they trying to trade Rubio.
Is he injured?
Oh, that's true.
That's true. That's why you got Rondo.
I think they do say they want to get I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but
I think they nice.
Explosive guard.
I gotta see Wall now. I think Houston gotta put him on the court for a couple of games, man.
But I just want Wall or the Houston.
I just want to see him playing.
Right.
It don't even matter.
I want to see him play.
Just get him on the team.
Yes. Then we have Brooklyn and Chicago. Brooklyn has been, like most NBA teams, let's just say, been up and down, you know, with the COVID situation, protocols, and all that stuff. So they've been up and down. Shout out Kyrie came back.
Had a good game.
I
think you skipped a couple of teams.
Them
Kings and Lakers.
Yeah, I just want to say that.
Oh yeah, okay.
Then we got the Kings and Lakers.
Shout out 242 in the building. Shout out somebody here.
Yeah. That's what we doing. So that's about it for at least that's it. I think. Let me see the full scoreboard.
Hopefully the Lakers can get a win.
They've been up and down too bad.
I think they've been up and down because they playing good teams and bad teams.
Yeah.
So I don't want to call it up and down.
Yeah. So that's
as soon as you play some good teams, you lose. You could bet money on that at this point.
Oh man, don't do that.
No, I be honest. If the team top 6 in their conference, the Lakers playing up, they bet that win, bet that loss for the Lakers, bro. Bet that. Same thing with the Nets, to be honest.
I think the most consistent player on the Lakers right now,
LeBron James. You mean outside of LeBron? You mean?
Yeah, outside of LeBron, I would go with Melo.
Okay.
Like Melo, if they would feed Melo the ball more, he would be like. I think he'd be like. He'll have that team. I
think it's at the point where it's like now we gotta live with the restraints of older players. Now we can't play as much minutes.
Yeah, but when he playing, let him get them buckets. But Melo still get buckets.
But then we don't want to take away from what LeBron doing. And then apparently the Lakers just have you could tell the Lakers just say, you know what, we riding the Russell Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? Like there are times that they can say we just take the ball all the time and let them do different things. They don't want to do that. LeBron is actively giving them the ball, running up the court, and I'm like.
I think they trying to ease the ego.
Okay.
You can't get rid of him.
Right.
Contract too big. Who you gonna get?
And then make it seem like they talk. At least I don't know. I guess God say certain things, but they talk like they know something we don't know. You know what I mean? Like, do you know that when Anthony Davis come back, he gonna look just as good as Klay Thompson and Bella? Like, I don't know what they think they know.
You can't. No, Klay been over 2 years, bro.
And come back.
No, come on. He's been healing. He ain't like. Back in the day,
it's acclimation though. You gotta acclimate.
Yeah, but you had 2 years, bro. It ain't like you come back in 8 months trying to do. Like how people trying to rush Kawhi back.
Right.
Kawhi ain't gonna rush back. He gonna come back when he's
fair enough.
Klay know when he was healthy and know like, hey, I'm ready. Come on, man, 2 steps. Where you do that at?
And then again, too, we gotta remember that the Warriors don't have the same constraints as other teams.
Right,
you don't have to come back. Take your time. You know what I'm saying? But
they calling it now the Warriors system or something. Cause I heard Clippers are trying to do the same thing. Cause Kawhi is out. Most likely, PG gonna be over the rest of the season. So now they're gonna say, hey, they're gonna rest them, build these other players they have. If they gotta do 1 or 2 trades, they're gonna do 1 or 2 trades, but keep that same core tight together. Like so they doing I think that's what they call it. The Warriors syndrome or something like that. Something. So
once you see something work, why not challenge it for yourself? That's the problem. Something working
for that team.
Yeah, no, but it's
But
like,
you don't
but if you can't say you're doing your due diligence. If you saying something working over there and you're not going to go check it out and see what they're doing and see if there is something I can implement on my side.
That's like the Wolves. The Wolves try to do the trust the process system with, and they never trust the process. Never worked for them.
Mm-hmm.
Now it worked for Philly, but it never worked for them.
Right.
So
right.
you can't.
Nah, but then how long did it take to work for Philly? That's the next thing. Maybe they didn't wait long enough. Maybe they still in the process. Because Philly was doing this for like years.
But they traded players.
They traded away a lot of players. So I think Wolves still got some more time. Cat showing up. Cat All-Star. He gonna make All-Star. So Cat getting better. So we can't deny that.
Cat made the All-Star as a big behind Anthony Davis and Joker.
Anthony Davis ain't making an All-Star game this year. Not enough games. Like not saying talent. Not enough games.
So you don't think they're gonna put him there? Like,
no, I mean, like, they gotta be real about it. Like, if you don't play enough games, you still gotta be like honest and real about it. They ain't gonna put him there not enough games. That's the problem. And then out of respect, players do too. Like out of respect, like why gonna take away from someone else who you know what I'm saying?
You wanna make a bet on that?
Bet on what? What are you betting?
Anthony Davis will make the All-Star team.
And play? See, no, that's what I'm trying to say. And play? Because the first thing is if he gonna make it. But I don't want to be 100% bet on that because let's say he come back next week. You see what I'm saying? I don't know his timeline on coming back. If he come back next week, play even 3 weeks, look good, they would do what you're saying. Is that what you're saying?
And shout out to All-Star. I think for the West is Steph.
Leading vote together, yeah.
And then for the East is Durant. That should be nice.
Definitely.
It's going to be good not to see LeBron.
Shout out the fans who put all them Bulls up there. They got Zach LaVine up there. They got DeMar DeRozan. They got DeMar DeRozan second, I believe. So that's really, like, the fans really into basketball. People used to try to hate on the fans.
That's who's balling right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm saying,
like, if I was to pick MVP right now, I'd pick DeRozan.
I don't know. I still like Steph.
Yeah,
and then I like Durant too.
Steph doing what Steph do. Mm-hmm. Durant do what Durant do. But DeRozan is doing something.
So you like the story.
Right.
And that's good.
Them 2-game buzzer winner, like...
Yeah.
Like, I like what he's doing with the Bulls. Like, I feel like the Bulls didn't have him, they probably wouldn't have been in.
Finish him first, then we got a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
He already going to All-Star. He going to get the All-Star. He going to get the All-NBA. So that's the next step. Finish him first. Might have to give you that.
Yo, like, I'll be happy for him to get that, knowing that he didn't get the ring in Toronto. Like, I'll feel good for him.
An MVP.
Yeah.
And that would be proper. That would be proper.
Like, I didn't get the ring, but I got an MVP. Like,
I like that. So what updates you got for us?
Okay, let's go on updates. Dame Leonard. He's going to be going in surgery. Yeah, for the abdomen injury he had.
Oh man, he's been dealing with that all season.
Yeah, so he's going to be out at least 6 to 8 weeks.
How much more weeks in the season? When the season is in.
But the good thing is that I think they have like a 2-week break or break and a half
for
the All-Star.
Okay.
So yeah, but I think if I was them, I'd shut him down. I'll shut him down because you ain't gonna make the playoffs. You ain't gonna make a playoff.
Yeah, they've been trying to trade the team as well. So
yeah, shut him down, bro. Shut him down.
Get good for next year.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about it next. The Paul George injury. They're thinking about shutting him down for the rest of the season. I guess all depends on the surgery, the rehab,
the reevaluation.
Yeah.
So I think they said they're gonna reevaluate 3 to 4 weeks. So depending on how it look. But like you were saying earlier, does it make sense?
Does it? Yeah. Ben Simmons and still in this trade talk is being too long now. But now they're trying to add Tobias Harris in it. So, but that's a lot of money still. I don't know who's going to take that.
I was listening to with your boy name, who you like, Jalen Rose. I think he was saying just from the behind the scenes aspect, the reason you do that is because you know there are teams that are interested in Tobias Harris, try to get a third team involved, try to get a 3-way or 4-team trade. So I think not really as so much a package as get these two on your one team, but these two now are available. What can we do with another team? Yeah.
But I heard they wanna dump the salary so that they can go after James Harden in the summer.
And I think that's the if that is possible. I think that depends on what happens with the Nets. You know, what happens with the vaccine rule. Like, first of all, because like if the vaccine rule were to change in New York, say next season, now you know you'll carry full season now. Now then you're a giant James Harden. They can't pay all of us. Why don't you leave this great team to go somewhere else? But now if you're dealing with this Kyrie thing again next year, and then you lose in the playoffs and shit, cheapest I leave and go back to the guy who gave me an MVP.
I think he's down $14. We try to blow smooth though.
Yeah. No, we're back, man. It's a long break. It's been a long break.
Long break, huh? All right. We had I heard yesterday, KCP and Harris had a little altercation in the half, and they came back and went. They had to be separated. I don't know what the issue was there, but I thought it was kind of cool, coming from LA together, and
people love spots, I guess.
I mean, should have do something he didn't do, and you don't like how. But I like how they did it in the locker room and not on the floor.
Right. Maybe that is a good example of what the Rockets players could have done in their situation when they had the halftime locker room problem. Two of them chose not to go back in the game. So,
or even the shit that AD and that's what Hard was trying to tell AD, like, not here, bro.
Right.
But AD is trying to show off. You know what I mean? Do what you do. What else we have here? It's been so much news. A lot of players being in and out because of protocol. Shout out to all the players that came up.
Get better, Ayton. I think he should be coming out by now.
But Ayton played last night. Last night he
played.
Okay,
yeah. So he was in the protocol a week ago, like during the time.
Yeah.
We was down a little bit.
And then he was, if I'm not mistaken, he had 15-9. 15-9. Yeah.
So to be honest with you guys, I wanted to go talk about COVID, the protocols, the new Omicron, how it's affecting the NBA players, and how does it work for NBA players? Because if you notice, they come out like he be in quarantine for about 10 to 14 days, where you see the NBA players 5-6 days. So I wanted to talk about that, but I'm gonna save that for next week because of the Paul George situation.
There were talks about breaking up Jason Tatum and Brown. Boston says it's not happening.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
Not happening. So,
how much times we said we wanted to watch Kobe and Tracy McGrady play together? You have them. You have the babies of them, and you want. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I'd rather lose than do that.
And then, like I was saying too, a lot of players stepped up during this 10-day. We have Stanley Johnson. He was like a top pick. People say his career was over. He came back with the Lakers. He's playing good. Yeah. Lance Stevenson.
Come back, had a great game with Kyrie first game.
Yeah, so we have like a lot of players are showing their worth. I forgot Brandon Knight. He was looking good. So no after getting dunked on.
Yeah, I like his little bird stuff, man. He look grown. I keep saying he look grown now. So like I can respect him more.
John Collinson is getting frustrated with the Hawks. So yeah, I feel like the Hawks are so deep with young talent where they want to play to show their skills, and it's not like the Lakers with older players where you give me 10 minutes, you give me 15, I'm cool. These young players want that 20 to 25.
Because they know they're good,
right?
Especially when I think for them playing against guys, man. And I think I think we talked about this a few weeks back. The young players catching up. So I think for them to be playing some of the stars, some of the guys like the Russell Westbrooks, the James Hardens, like the older stars in the league, it's like, oh, I'm holding my own. Oh, I'm eating them right now. Or let's say I'm on a different team and I'm watching the John Morant kill people. I'm watching the Luka kill people. I'm like, yo, I'm just good as them.
So, yeah. And then, like I said, the Hawks are so deep in different positions. Like, they're wing players. You got Cam. You get Bogdanovich. You got Huter. You get the guy he's injured now, but he's still that's like 4 different wing guys that can play and can produce, and there's only one ball, and Trey shooting up the ball. And
do you think that's a factor on why they're not as good as they were last year? It's too much. Everybody's grown, and now
it's trying to start it, and then you trying to make everybody happy. So I got to get this guy 20. Which if he had 25 to 30 minutes, he could actually produce. But then I got to put Huter in, and then. So it's still kind of hard to really slot them young talents in the play.
And the star still got to score. Right. Because you can't play no deep, so the star got to score.
So, Collins is getting frustrated, I guess. I don't know if you want to trade him. But trade him for who?
But I feel like you trade him in, you don't need no wings. Trade him in, I don't know, see if you can trade him, get a guard in, a veteran guard or something like that. I was seeing Eric Gordon on the trade block, or hopefully something like that would help. But you got Capella. You know what I'm saying? So I even think that John Collins' emergence has stunted Capella's growth. Capella's what he was a couple of years ago. So I got to get rid of one of them. Yeah, I want one of them wings. Get rid of one of them. I want one of them wings.
Yeah. Then we got Fred VanVleet and John Moran. They're players of the week.
Yeah. I watched a couple of those games. John Moran is amazing, man. John Moran is amazing,
bro.
Man.
I heard somebody saying that was mad. They was like, he's like a Westbrook 2.0.
As in, like, he better.
There's like a copy. He's not a cop. This dude is.
He could do.
To me, he's better with Westbrook.
He can shoot better. Yeah, he can shoot better straight up. Like, his floater game better. Westbrook, only thing that Westbrook could have do better than him. Two things, let me say. I didn't even say that. So one thing he do better than was the mid-range pull-up. Run down and pull up.
Shutter, yeah.
So his first 10 years in the league, Westbrook, that run down pull up was a great move for him. Everything else, the floater game, the 3-point game, the decision making game, all that better with John Moran. You know what I'm saying?
John Moran, his athleticism was better than you see the
his hops is better. And he's fast on the court. So I can see the comparison. I promise you, when I was watching the game, his last two games, I think I watched him play the Warriors and watched him play the Lakers. I was like, yo, he does remind me of Russell Westbrook, but smoother and more Kobe smooth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or Tracy McGrady smooth. So I do like it. But he's nice.
So
bro.
Where would you put him now? Remember we had to start again early in the season. Where would you put him as the point guard in the league?
As a point guard on the whole in the league?
The whole league.
I still got to give you a Chris Paul over that. I still got to take a Steph over that. And I really believe I think that's just an experience, and I've already seen them in big moments. You let John Moran, and let me say, you let John Moran have a great playoffs. Second round, third round playoffs, second round, 6-7 game, third round, you know what I'm saying? I might put him second. Like, it's always going to be Chris Paul, because I didn't see what Chris Paul do a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He could pass Steph. If you ask me, he has the opportunity to pass Steph if he has a great playoffs.
I feel you, but I would reverse the role. He could pass Chris Paul if he had a great pull-up.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to pass. Because Steph has really proven his point I wasn't calling him a point guard. Like, I'll put Steph as a combo, not really a point.
Yeah, right. Because
it's hard to really.
The point of attack, the Draymond game really is the facilitator.
Right.
The defense is really Draymond and Clay and Andrew Wiggins.
Right.
Steph really is just the spacer to get the focus. So again, I might say John Moran defense is a little bit better. Maybe a lot bit better. Mm-hmm. He runs the floor. Like, he is the facilitator for the team. And then in big moments, but like again, I see him in the biggest moments. But in the moments so far, he takes over for his team.
You know it'd be scary? If John had an all-star game. Like, I know he'll go improve himself.
If he in an all-star game.
I mean, like, come on. Now, you just say. Like, you
don't believe he's going to make the all-star game? Oh, you think that's a if?
Okay.
Talk to me.
Clay automatic. Not Clay. Steph going to make it.
Paul
going to make it. Automatic.
Yeah.
The next guard.
And Book is a guard, right?
Yeah, Book.
You have to make Book on the all-star game.
And that's like
let's keep going though. Let's we didn't hit our topics yet, but let's keep going. Who's the next guard?
Do they put Luka as a guard or?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I believe he's a forward.
He's a forward.
I believe seeing him with LeBron. Listen.
Okay, so
you got your Donovan Mitchell. They talking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Mitchell. Yeah, I mean I haven't watched none of the Utah games of that, so I can't really. I'm gonna be honest, but Mitchell, yeah. So that's like 4 guards.
Right. So and then again, now when we look at it, John Moran, we gotta put, even though he wasn't really there when his team going on a big 10-0 boy or been on a big streak, I still got to put him over Mitchell on this one. You know what I'm saying? I might have to put him over Mitchell on this one.
Hey, let's see.
I think the team's kind of tied or one game apart. So it's like,
and then coaches have to vote him in. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's gonna make the voting.
The voting? Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Like, he's a star, bro. Like, he's a person that people, I want to go click to watch him. Because, like you just said, man, I want to see him in that All-Star game. So when you're going to go put in your vote, right, so when you're going to go put in your vote, you can be like, John Moran, bro. I didn't see Steph.
It's going to be crazy because I know him. Like, watching him play, he's going to come and try to dunk LeBron, bro.
Nah. You saw the block?
The 2-round block.
But I remember, and I saw Westbrook going like, I can't jump. And it's like, yo, and so now you're seeing stars be like amazed. And that's how I'm gonna bring this up with Lamelo later. But the fact that you can see stars are made at like the superstars that we like to say, man. So I like John Morant. I think watching him last night or the night before last really was like, okay.
Yeah,
I gotta say favorite player on the favorite player on the list now. He on the favorite player list now.
He have like 20 favorite players, but
that's what about Melo. I don't know if I like guards. I like guards, but like Westbrook falling off on the list. And I keep saying LaMelo is the next one up, but John may have to tell me saying Melo step over.
Wow,
that's how good he is. And y'all heard me talk to LaMelo all season.
That's crazy.
All right, so you ready to jump into the injury?
Let's do it, bro.
All right, let's jump into the injury. So, it's the first time here. Normally we do an injury segment where I deep dive into an injury going on with one of our favorite players or some weird type of injury that happened within the league. I think we have both right here with this one. We have let me pull up my notes real quick. I was going to try freestyle that. So we got an ulnar collateral ligament injury, UCL injury to Paul George. Ulnar collateral ligament, you in the right area. That's right inside the inside part of the elbow. This is, when I first saw it, it took me back to my schooling days, and I said, man, I always heard about this with baseball players. You ever heard about Tommy John surgery? Tommy John surgery is a very, very common baseball injury where you have a lot of force. So, it's like, especially with curved balls.
Okay. So it's more or less some pitchers.
Yeah. Okay. And then some throwers too, because all the players throw a ball somewhere. Yeah. So when you're looking at the ulnar collateral, that controls the valgus varus movement. When I say valgus, I mean moving outward from the body, varus moving inward from the body. You get that a lot in particularly baseball, but in basketball, football, you don't really see your hand have to move like that on a consistent. So for him to have that injury, that already stood out to me. So now, not to get...
question, sorry, is shooting 9 or...
No. Shooting 9.
Ooh.
Shooting 9.
Ooh.
Now, let me see, I covered a couple of things there. So again, yes, that controls, like I said, that controls the movement when they're coming in and out from that particular plane. I covered a lot of it. So, severity, let's talk about severity. So in terms of severity, it depends really where the point of the injury... Oh, I didn't talk about the injury. Usually when you look at this in baseball, it's a stress injury. That's like a reoccurring overuse. I didn't use it so much time. It tears over time and then finally tears at all. Whereas with mostly we find this injury in other sports, it's more of an impact injury. Something happened, it snapped, something happened here, it got bruised, have your micro tears and stuff like that. So now when you look at that, then you start to ask yourself, what part of the ulnar collateral area did the injury happen? You have the proximal, you have the distal. So you have the upper portion and the lower portion. It's used in the upper portion. You hope to have it in the upper portion because you get more blood flow, more veins in the area, arteries in the area, get more blood flow in the area, so you get faster healing. When you get in that lower area, not enough blood flow, so you get slower healing. So something like that. So usually, for the most part, it's always in the upper area. So I think, again, that's why you go back to reevaluation to find the pinpoint where it is and how it is healing.
Okay, question 2. With that, does it... how the injury, is it like a painful injury, or it's just like it's take away from strength or movement?
Again, now because we're dealing with basketball versus baseball, so we just stick on basketball. Yeah, you're going to be associated with some pain, of course. You have a tear of a tendon, but it's not going to be a lot of pain, especially besides the type of movements he makes. But now, when you do make that movement, you got sharp pains, so stuff like that. And then you won't want it to really, really damage because now you have other musculature, other parts of the body that's going to try to adjust for that. Then you risk other injuries. So again, it's not no big time off injury. I think it's just because of the timing of the season, looking at the team.
And he was playing through it.
Right. So I think it's stuff like that. And then maybe the pain became a little too much. It wasn't healing fast enough from game to game.
But yes, the therapy it didn't work. Okay.
Boom. So now, good segue. What we're going to talk about right now is like the treatments for it. Mm-hmm. So with that type of injury, especially with basketball, football players, because it's more of an acute injury, you can't allow it to heal without surgery. You can't allow it to heal. You could use PRPs, platelet-rich plasma. That's another way of allowing faster healing process by getting good blood flow and everything inside the area.
Those of you who don't know how to do that or don't know what it's about, They take the blood, and they separate the blood. As they separate the blood,
Go ahead.
as they separate the blood, they use the top layer of the blood.
Mm-hmm.
So they get another needle, take it out, and then they inject it into where it need to go. That's like what Kobe had in his knees. He started to use that,
So
some
regenerative medicines is what they'll call something like that. Regenerative medicines.
Okay.
So it's really just trying to help injecting what exactly it needs naturally to help the body heal faster.
Gotcha.
So 3 to 4 weeks for Paul George. They're going to reevaluate it. Like he said earlier, like Carl said earlier, part of the reevaluation going to be how much pain, how long it's going to take you to reacclimate. Does it make sense? Where are we at in the season as a team? Where are we at with it? And I think they got a lot of decisions to make, including with Paul George's situation. I mean, not Paul George, Kawhi Leonard's situation. But that's really a good breakdown. I hope it was a good breakdown of what's going on with the UCL injury with Paul George.
So it's good. So I hope y'all understand where he's getting at. So, it's always good to have the medicine guy,
Try to. Yeah. And I appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to really dive in and give me that time. I asked some good questions. All right, so that's what we got for our Paul George injury. Next week, I'll let you know. Now we're going to definitely talk about COVID protocols and how does it work with the NBA in comparison to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to our next topic. I think you was excited for this one. Is my guy, Lamelo Ball, a superstar right now in the NBA and in the world?
Mm-hmm.
I did some research. I got me some information here, so I'm going to let you go first.
Okay. I mean, I was a little iffy on it. Just going on by, because some person would say he's a superstar because, and some people be like he is not a superstar yet, he's a star because. So I'm like in between it. Because I heard Perk was talking about it, and Perk was like, to him he's a superstar because if kids are gonna go and watch him play and stay up late to go watch, or ask their mom to go watch him play, and then too, LaMelo has been around so long, like from high school, people been watching him. So it's like, yo, this kid really. And then to me, a superstar is somebody, like around the world, persons will notice him. And because he's then played and then being around so long, I'll say a lot of people around the world know about LaMelo Ball, and they're excited to see him. Jersey sales, all this stuff helps to put you to that level. Now, I'd say he probably is if you put a superstar like probably 3-tier superstar, I think he's a 3-tier superstar.
And 5 tiers would be the highest.
No, I'd say 1 to 3. I wouldn't go.
Also, 3 is and number 1 would be the best.
Right. So
okay.
Like they say, I think it's like 5 superstars in the league right now. I wouldn't give them no more than that. Then you have like.
I think that's when we get to the end of this particular topic. I want us to get into that because even a couple of articles, a couple of shows I watched, that particular show me and you watched together, they didn't really list them all.
Right.
And I want to list them all and really think about it. So
right, yeah, we can do that. And, it's like, to me, I feel it's like 3 tiers. And LaMelo is at that borderline tier. And like we say, Ja, if he made the All-Star, right, he's going to make the All-Star. How you perform in the All-Star, how you take your team to that next level in the playoff. Like, you done had a taste of it in the looking out and the playing. So, if you make it, like, he's having big moments now.
Definitely. So you talking Ja?
No,
LaMelo. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's creating these big moments, hitting big threes against the Bucks.
Nice plays, making the highlights, yeah.
And he's made the Hornets team a better team. So he's getting there, like, to be a 1-tier, a top tier superstar. I'll give him like next year maybe 3, and he'll be there, bro.
Okay.
He'll be there. So that's my reason to say it. He's a superstar because you've been watching him so long from high school. You follow him to Lithuania. You follow him to Australia. You follow him back to the NBA, back to American high school. Then you follow him in the NBA. So, yeah.
All right. The Webster's Dictionary describes superstar.
I didn't mean laughing.
I just want to let you know I was getting in there. I got into this one because it was a really interesting question. But I found like a couple of different definitions for superstar because I think this is one of the conversations we had offline. It's really a vague statement. It depends on what is your criteria, what you hold important. Even listening to certain interviews, Perk was thinking more so on the international noticeability. You look at Richard Jefferson; he was more so talking about the skill wise and your top level fight ability. So let me give you a couple of definitions I found: an extremely famous and successful performer or sports player. Next definition: a person or a performer or athlete who enjoys wide recognition, something you mentioned, esteemed for exceptional talent, and is eagerly sought after for his or her superior talent. And then last one, someone who has great popular appeal and is widely known, prominent, and successful in their field. So when you look at some of those criteria I was looking at, I would say, yeah, you listed some of them off. Internationally, we know him. People know him. Jersey sales, people are interested in him. Social media world, people following him. The reality TV shows and stuff like that. So I think he checks all of those boxes when we say outside of basketball. And even inside of basketball, they mentioned some talent. He is a great talent. And my only drawback of calling him a superstar now is in your field of profession.
What have you done?
Yeah, your skill, your talent, your success. It's kind of rival not even the top 30 guys. And I think for me to call you a superstar because your main profession is the NBA, you ain't a superstar yet, even though you do have international appeal. You are a star. If we said Lamelo Ball, the reality personality, the celebrity, oh yeah, you're a superstar. Lamelo Ball, the NBA player, I'll step back before I call you a superstar in this realm of the NBA.
That's why he's saying, yeah, that's why I said a three-tail superstar.
So now, and then one of the points I found, he in top jersey sales, he like top 3 in jersey sales. Like I found different sites because everybody had some different answers, but every site had him top 3 jersey sales. So you know what I'm saying, that tells his popularity in the world.
And I bet a lot of people start buying his Pumas because of Pumas. Because he wear Pumas.
And think about it. It's crazy to me. Think about it. Luka ain't even from here. Giannis ain't even. I mean, I say here from the U.S. Giannis ain't even from the U.S. LaMelo beating them outside the U.S. in the world sales. That's crazy, bro. So you got to give him that. Kobe's still on this list. You see what I'm saying? I mean, Jordan's still on this list. And Melo on the list. That you got to give him that part.
To me, Kobe death probably. I'm not saying he's probably pushing higher.
Yeah, of course. It's an uptick naturally. The next jersey. Let's say I want to go get me a jersey. It's hard for me not to go get a Kobe jersey. You know,
I'm gonna get me the number 8 jersey
if I have it already. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like Lakers jersey, so I can't buy it. I'm sorry. I'll get an All-Star Kobe jersey.
Okay. What about the U.S.? You'll get a high school, the high school or McDonald's.
The Marriott. Or the if I can find it,
yeah. So I say you'll get something. You'll get something,
bro.
You'll get you a something. You'll get you a something.
What?
All right. So before we move off on this topic, I do want to get into this. Let's list them superstars. Let's pool together. Not a me versus you type of thing. Let's pool together. Who we got? Who
5?
Let's give us our for sure. Just get them off the board.
Let's go with 5. Or you want to go more?
I want to go as much as we can think of. Ooh. And then where we stop at, like, who that dude is, we stop, like,
so you ain't last.
You was the last person to make it, but you ain't on it.
Okay,
so our for sure. LeBron?
For sure, LeBron.
Steph?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, Steph.
KD.
Okay. I was thinking about him. KD. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Why? Best in the sport. People, is he internationally known?
Yeah, come on. Bro, I remember when I was coaching, I had kids doing that shake on the free shot line because of KD. So,
KD. So, not to run on long with him.
Yeah.
Who else we got? That's our treat for sure.
Yeah, for
Giannis?
Giannis, after last year championship, yeah.
Okay.
Because if he didn't win the championship, I would say no.
Okay.
Yeah, he is there.
This way it get tough, I believe. James Harden is another name comes in my mind. Where we at with him?
See, that's it. Is he internationally really known?
Because even remember that picture of video when he was standing next to Lil Baby? Lil Baby was more popular than him. In that picture. No joke. I mean, real. That's just 100.
To me, I'd say James probably second. He's top second tier.
Okay.
Curry would be top second tier.
Okay.
AD would be a bottom second tier to me.
Okay.
To me.
So I think so are you saying that we are our list of superstars?
Like 4?
4. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, man, when you say superstar, I mean, like, yo, you transcend basketball. Outside of basketball, like, if I go to, let's say I walk up to some girl, I ain't say girl because women love basketball too, but let's say I walk up to some person who is not even interested in sports. When I say LeBron name, they know his name.
They know LeBron, yeah.
When I say Steph name, they know his name. Even if they know it just because, there are finals happening. I have friends who watch basketball. That's the name they always say. So that's when I started saying, like, that's really a superstar. I can't walk up and say Luka Doncic to a random, you know what I mean? They don't know Luka Doncic yet.
So would you put Clay there because what Clay done? Because people know Clay because what Clay done.
Man, I actually thought about it with Clay because I saw the fandom when he came back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, was it because it's a great story? Is it because he on the Warriors and they had that great run?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, I don't know. I wouldn't put him as a superstar.
Right.
Again, man, I can go to Bahamians who don't know who he is.
What about Kyrie?
Kyrie might be a superstar because he's known outside of basketball.
So
even if they know him as a basketball player, outside of basketball, I heard about him. People always talking about him.
Movies, like, you know.
Right, yeah, boom, stuff like that.
He would be a bottom.
His shoes sell very well.
He'll be a bottom top tier superstar, you'd say.
I'd say that. I think it's just a couple more, a championship, like you say. Stuff like that will really cement it. But like you say, he did have a movie.
That's a 5 there.
He did have a movie. I think that's only 4. I think he saw at 4.
No, LeBron, Giannis, KD,
Steph. We didn't give a 5.
And
Kyrie. I think Kyrie would be our last person.
Right.
Boom. Kyrie would be our last person. All right, so I think that's good. Hey guys, in the comment section, if we missing somebody, someone said Clay, show Shad said Clay would be the last one to make it.
That's how I was saying. Like,
he bring up Zion. Zion is not a superstar.
not a superstar.
Yeah, I don't say. You know what I'm saying? That Lamelo put in more work in the league now at this point.
Yeah, Zion. I don't think so.
If he had a moment,
right? If he actually was playing,
right,
and it was proving itself, then
right,
he might
would have gotten the growth. Yeah. I don't feel I can walk up to I think that's a good question. I can't walk up to a random person who doesn't watch any sports and be like, "Who's Zion Wilson? What team he played for?"
Yeah,
they couldn't tell me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where my little criteria fall off. What about Chris Paul? Before we move on,
a superstar.
Yeah.
And then again, like you said, is Chris Paul actually internationally known?
That's a good question. He has them commercials.
Yeah,
that's a U.S. thing, but he has them commercials.
Yeah, the U.S.
So he's been on TV very well. So there are people out there who watch TV who know who he is.
So then you gotta say this then. Are you a U.S. superstar or international?
That's the next thing. Who transcends that other level?
Right.
Okay.
So,
and I think our list was world superstars.
Yeah.
I think anybody else we could be trying to call on be U.S. stars, U.S. superstars. You know what I mean? Because I tried to compare to actors, singers. Those people are international. So we have to put that same comparison to these basketball players.
And just to say, like, let me give you an example of the Dream Team.
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody in the Dream Team was not a superstar.
They were stars in their own right.
But they were well known.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knew everybody except for one person.
Mm-hmm. The white boy from college. Leitner? Christian
Leitner. I wouldn't count Leitner.
Oh.
John.
Sally?
No, not John Sally. You cost me. Who's
Stockton?
Yeah, John Stockton.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch the documentary, he was walking around in Barcelona and nobody even noticed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's stopping people and say, how you doing? You know who I am? No.
Oh, short white guy.
Yeah, short white guy. Like, and he was not internationally known.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to America, everybody knows he's a star in America.
Good point.
Yeah, everybody on that U.S. team was stars. And now if you look at this U.S. team, we're going, everybody on there a superstar?
Nah, hell no. Definitely not. I did. Damian Lillard. We didn't think about him.
Top 2. I mean, top
2 get in.
Yeah,
one of the first people who get in.
Okay. Yeah.
He does music now. He is known for music now. He has a, you know what I mean?
In America.
Again, America.
But music go around the world.
Yeah.
So, let me not say only in America.
Yeah. You got YouTube and all that, so.
You have moments, but
does this moments really take him
to the next stratosphere?
Yeah.
I feel you. No argument here with me. All right, so let's move on to that next topic. Our next topic, we got the leaving LA effect. I'm gonna let you talk about this one.
The leaving LA effect. Pre-LeBron. Pre-LeBron. Okay. Now, let's talk some players that was drafted by LA and was traded before LeBron or Anthony Davis. Okay, we get Lonzo Ball. We get Claxton. We get Randall. We get Ingram. We get Kuzma. We get Zubac. We get Josh Hart. We get Caruso. And we get Larry Nance. That's 9 players. Most NBA teams play 9 players, bro. That 9 right there right now, I think would have been probably 4. If they stay together, they'd be
just them, yeah.
4th, 3rd.
Without LeBron, you mean?
Without LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
They'd have been 3rd, 4th in West.
3rd, 4th?
Think about it.
They'd
have been better than Memphis.
It's a development, too. So we got to remember that part.
Yeah.
But I do, but no, they wouldn't have been better than Memphis. Because we had the opportunity to see them for the first couple of years together. Yeah, they weren't.
But that Memphis team being together, did no breakups, no trades, no nothing.
And Kobe was a distraction when they first all them. Okay.
So now
I could see them being in the playoffs for sure. Better than Memphis?
Ball, Randall.
No, I giving you that. They would be top 5 for sure. Especially how the league looks right now. Mm-hmm. Group of young players and good young players, they doing the work. And that is a really good group. That's like 4 All-Stars on that list, right? Randall, Ingram, Ball, if he make it this year.
If he make it, yeah. That's about it. Claxton, 6th man of the year.
6th man of the year.
Kuzma, he's staying.
He's looking really good.
Right.
Top level role player.
Hard is a nice off the bench guy.
He's been having some good scoring games.
Caruso is Caruso. Like
he could possibly win Defensive Player of the Year.
Caruso is because he leading the league in steals now.
And deflections.
Larry Nance is just a great role player. No?
Okay, yeah, but and I think now, but then if you ask a Laker fan, will I trade that for the championship I get? No. That team ain't gonna win the championship for me.
That team now will probably that's only one you put.
But still, I got that one.
But this team here, you don't think if this team stick together and you add in 1 or 2 other plugins,
that's a maybe. I know with LeBron, I got that. And
you don't think nobody will come and play with them guys?
I don't know. Again, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. But I like I said, with LeBron, I get that one. And remember we was feeling real bad because remember Kobe was having a bad season. Kobe leave. Our only excitement was Kobe last season. That was our excitement. Then we going back to losing again. Now it's like, oh, LeBron come. Yeah, we gonna get one. They had a bad season. LeBron get injured for the first time.
You had a bad coach.
Oh, yeah, all of that.
Luke Walton. Come on.
All of that. So I'm just saying, I think we still happy with that. But now let me jump on that. I do believe that I was always a component of not trading all of that for Anthony Davis. I think if you'd kept some of that, and then you had LeBron next to some of that, and then with LeBron there, LeBron could get you another person. Yeah, I think we could have did some work. I think 3 of those pieces are better than Anthony Davis. Randall, Ingram, Ball. You kept those 3, you don't need Anthony Davis. Now Ingram wasn't Randall wasn't a part of that trade, but he was like a part of facilitating it by opening up the space. He needed more money. Remember, he needed more money, so they let him go. And then free agency, and then he going free agency to your boy there. He didn't get traded with Anthony Davis.
Oh, okay, yeah, he went.
No, I'm lying.
I'm saying he got traded with using that.
But he get traded before that. Let me look it up, man. I feel like I remember him. I remember he leave first.
Because I thought it was them 4. I thought it was Ball, Randall, Ingram, and Hart.
Let me see. But talk while I pull this up real quick.
Okay, all right. Well, let me give you some scores coming up right now. We got just waiting for it to come up. Okay, we got the Celtics and Pacers at halftime. Pacers are down 49, Celtics 54, Hornets 64, 76ers 50 at halftime. Magics and Wizards. Magics 48, Wizards 56. Then we got the Heat and Hawks tied at 37.
They're in the second, midway in the second. Then we got our Mavericks next. Next are leading this game, 32. Mavericks 27. They're just beginning the second. So yeah, Rockets, Spurs is not played as yet. Don't forget we have the Cavaliers, Jazz, Nets, Bulls, Lakers, Kings. So that's how it's looking right now. You got it?
Yeah, I found it. Just to pull it up real quick. So he wasn't in that trade. He got, like, you know how you have like someone could offer you, and then either you match it. They did that the summer right before that trade. Yeah,
restricted free agent.
Yeah, so he leave like the summer before them.
Okay, all right. He was restricted. Okay.
But so that's is Lamelo. That was our LA effect. I'm sorry, that was our LA effect. So again, to really answer the question, yes, they would make the playoffs. With LeBron, I think they're gonna get a championship. But you know, Anthony Davis trade, we end up in the championship. So I guess it all evened out anyway. I love to see the success of all these players because next to LeBron, they wouldn't get it.
You mean a bubble championship? That counts?
But you know,
it's a championship, you're the bad.
But I guess I love to see the success all the other players having because I don't know if they would have had it next to LeBron. So thanks to Rondo, Ingram, Josh Hart, Clarkson, all of them, Zubats. So shout all of them out, and we give away Zubac, but shout all of them out.
Man, like I said, that's a good 9. That's a good 9, bro.
Definitely good. All of them gonna be in the league for a long time, contributed.
And if you have like if you have a starting 5,
so Lakers could draft. Lakers can draft. They can't develop, but they can draft.
They can draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they couldn't have developed, but that dude as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
So
we'll see. We'll see what they could do now. THT looking all right, so we'll see.
THT is man.
All right, let's move on. Let's not hold them up. We got the Define 9. I'm going to read through my list real quick from bottom up. My almost make it team is the Mavs. It was looking real good doing some work. But, you know, a little late. I still got to give it to the top teams.
But this is going to be good. I love this.
All right, number 9, I got the Cavaliers. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they up there, but they watched a couple of games. They lose to some of the teams above them, so that's why the teams above them got to be above them. I got I got the Nets after that. So I got the Nets at number 8. Up and down, 4 and 4. I think like a 4 and 6 week or some shit like that. 15. I got the Jazz. After the Nets, I got the Jazz. Nothing much to say about them. I just got them right there. After I got the Bucks. And then this is where the really good teams come in. I got the Heat next at number 5.
Okay.
I got the Grizzlies at number 4. Reason being, I watched them. They beat some of the teams that on this last streak. They beat some of the teams and all that. But their last loss was to the Warriors, and the Warriors was lacking some players. Suns was lacking some players when they played them. So I ain't gonna give them that pass over those two teams yet. Got to give the Bulls, man. I got to give the Bulls that third spot. And then in my next 2, I got the Suns at number 2. And then I got the Warriors at 1 because you know the Warriors just beat the Suns. Even though lacking a couple of players, they beat the Suns. So that's my list right there. Cavs, Nets, Jazz, Bucks, Heat 5, Grizzlies 4, Bulls 3, Suns 2, Warriors 1. Let's go.
This is crazy.
Talk to me.
We got one thing in common on our whole list.
The whole list. Just one spot in common.
One spot. Yeah.
All right, I think the team's on. The team's there.
No, not really.
Oh, shoot. Let's go.
I saw like,
let's go.
Like, bro. Oh,
let's
man.
Go.
Like, and this is what I love about sports. This is what I love about your opinion. You know what I mean? You pick who you know what I mean? And that's what I love about it.
Mm-hmm.
I went on the past 2 weeks because, you know, they have like 5 games a week. I went on the past 2 weeks, so they're like 10 games. So that's how I graded them. My almost made it on the bubble was the Wizards. They were 5-5 for the last 2 weeks. They're on a 2-game winning streak. My number 9, take a sip. My number 9 is the Toronto Raptors. They were 7-3 for the past week. They were up 7-3. Then they lost the last game. They was like on a 2-game winning streak. So they were really playing up to the last, you know. Then I have number 8. I have the Hornets. Hornets were 6-4. They were on a 3-game winning streak. Then next I have the Golden State Warriors. They were 6-4. And then they lost the last game to the Grizz. I mean, it was like in and out. Number 6 was the Suns. They're 6-4. They lost their last game. I mean, they won the last game. They lost the one before that. Then number 5 is the Heat. 7-3. Mavs was number 4. They're 7-3, but they're on a 6-game winning streak. So they were impressive. They were impressive to make that jump on that 6-game winning streak that was going on. Then they have the 76ers at 3rd. They're on a 7-game winning streak, and they were 8-2 in the last 2 weeks.
Joe and be averaging over 30 in them games.
He balling, bro.
Yeah. But they ain't make my list though.
No, I see that. That's why I was like, yeah. Number 2, I got the Bulls, 9-1. They've really been playing some awesome ball. I think they call them both them dudes the Slash Brothers. I'm like, what? Yeah, so
it's just a team, but that's a team.
And they gelling, bro. Like, I love it.
Just real quick, I say on them too. I heard someone say like, "Oh, I was talking about 2K. Man, who you pick on 2K? I picked the Bulls. Like, they the team for right. So I'll tell you that's what they doing something.
And like it's like the ego ain't there.
No,
and that's what I think is making them play so good. Like they don't care. Okay, you got the last.
And then we gotta be honest, man. They got 3 All-Stars plus almost 4. Let's stop it. They almost have 4 All-Stars. Like this year, they gonna have 4 more All-Stars.
So who do you think would be the 3 All-Stars?
They look 3 people who already been All-Stars in their career.
Oh, you meant
yeah. So you already have Vucevic who already been an All-Star in the East. Mm-hmm. You already have DeRozan who already been an All-Star in the East. And then you have Zach who just was an All-Star. And Lonzo Ball might make the All-Star. Okay, come on, man. So we got to keep it 100 with this team now. It's a really good team.
You think them 4 could make it again if they'd be in the top of the team?
No, they didn't give it to all 4 of them. I think 3 of them could. I think they could give it to, if they clear cut number 1 in the next 3 weeks, yeah.
Who was the last
Lonzo.
Who was the last
teammate?
Last team that 4 All-Stars.
4? I want to say it's either Bucks or the Hawks.
No. Oh, the Hawks.
Yeah.
You got it. There you go. You smooth, dude. Don't let something, boy.
Learn something.
All right. Yeah.
All right. And then I think you gave it 1?
My number 1?
Warriors.
No, Memphis.
Oh, sorry. Memphis, yeah.
Yeah, 10-0 the last.
Yeah.
They been playing some ball. They been balling out.
Yeah. I feel you on a couple of the picks. I think some of the things for me was you got injuries, you got COVID. You know what I mean. Some people playing down. So I don't want to give it. I look at someone like the Nets. You are figuring this out right now because now you just bring this boy back. Trying to figure that out. I don't think certain games you should lose, but I think I could lose this. But when you watch them play a good team. This is why they're so low on my list. Against good teams, they play really, really good, but they lose.
Okay. I get where you're coming from. But my thing is, if it was only the Nets or the Hawks going through that, the whole NBA is going through that.
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree. So I look at the Warriors. I can't take away from the Warriors if I know Draymond Green just got injured. And they still beating niggas. So they're gonna stay on my list.
Yeah, but but then that's why the Warriors is a well chicken machine. So it was like, okay, Draymond out, okay, they still win, yeah, okay. So they're proving where a star could sit out or a star could be injured, and they're still going to win.
All right, and I think my list is a running list with consideration for the last 2 weeks, whereas your list is a 2-week list with partial consideration for your year.
Right, yeah.
All right, so let's move on to our last section. That was one of the better defined 9s, if I be honest, because we had was different with it.
Really, yeah. That's one thing happened. That was
that number 5, trio 5, and
what is it again?
What?
Who the team is for number 5? I mean, you what for number 5? He said the thing right, bro.
The Miami.
There
Heat.
you go.
The Miami Heat.
You know where I got that from? Football players. They'd be like, I came from the Ohio State.
The U.
And
in all honesty, if I ever get the opportunity, this is random. If I ever get the opportunity to do something like that where, you know what I'm saying, like we introduce it, it'll be a step show, it'll be some event we do. I want to do that, you know what I mean? Anwar Smith. The Liberty University.
Not
the 5 bits in the fraternity. All right, so let's get into the pick'ems. I think you're going to give us last time we did this.
Right.
And then we're going to pick some new games.
All right. So what we're going to do, too, so we could stay in par with the league, with I guess I'd say the records, because we was missing 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we're going to pick 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
So by next week, we'll be like on the same level of
numbers.
Yeah. All right. The last results we had, at least the last games. Let me say it. We had We had Boston and LA Clippers. You picked Boston. I picked the Clippers. Clippers won that one. So I won that one. Then we had Utah and Philly. I picked Philly. You picked Utah. Utah won that one. You got that game. Then we had Charlotte and Dallas.
I know I picked Charlotte.
Yeah, you know you did. Yeah. Dallas won that one. Then we had Milwaukee and Boston. I picked Milwaukee, you picked Boston, and Boston won. Boston
What's that game winner, right?
I mean, I'm so sick of y'all. When I pick y'all lose. When I don't pick y'all win. Anyway, yeah, Washington and Denver. You picked Washington, I picked Denver. Denver won that. Yeah. Right. So for that week, I was 3-2, and you was 2-3. That brings total, because I was 11-4. I was 3 games under 500. You was 12. You was 13-12. You was 1 game over 500. So now I'm 14-16. 2 games under 500
and 500
flat. 500 flat. So
I know little Max.
Shout out, Snuff. He leaving.
Yeah. I mean, honestly though, like despite that I'm leading by a couple of games, I thought we would have been better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that at one point we were just trying to compete against each other, but now we're starting to pick the same thing sometimes
because we won't win.
Yeah, but I hope that. So I'm hoping that for the respect of our show, we finish over 5. Both of us finish over 500, no matter who wins.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And then we probably do this too because you're a Laker fan, so let's put your record in the West. I'm a Heat fan. We put my record in the East, and let's see where we would be at the end of the season if we'd have made the play-in.
In comparison to the games.
Okay. Yeah, if we made the play-in, or if we'd be a number 5 seed or number, like that. So we got 10 games, like I said. We have actually, this is a good week for basketball games. I don't know how they did this or like what they was doing, but it's
the new year. So you plan this.
And then Monday they have Martin Luther King Day, so they have some games coming on Monday as well.
All during the day, all day.
Yeah. But for the pickups, we have 10 games, like you say, which is we're gonna start one today. What's 10 o'clock? We got Brooklyn and Chicago. Who you gonna go for, bro? For the day, Brooklyn or Chicago?
Give me Brooklyn.
You gonna go with Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm gonna do Chicago, bro.
Hopefully Brooklyn. Where the game is? You gotta start telling me who and away now.
Okay, when I said the last team is the home team.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, give me Brooklyn.
All right. Then we got tomorrow, Thursday game. We have Golden State and Milwaukee. That's a tough one. Like you see.
Give me Bucks.
Going to Bucks. I'll go GWS. Since you're going with the Bucks, all right. Let's do it thinking like he really trying to strategize this, bro.
Nah, I'm gonna make real good picks now. Stop playing with it. Yeah.
Okay, this gonna bust your brain. We got Boston and 76ers. It's a Friday game as well. Friday game.
Give me 76ers.
76ers?
Busting me.
I ain't picking Boston, bro, because Boston don't have win.
Watch they win the game.
Bro, don't do that. Don't do that. So that's both of us for the
Sixers.
For the Sixers. That's a Friday game. We have a couple games Friday. Now we got Atlanta and Miami. You know who I'm going for.
Give me Miami too. Now we're not doing that no more. We're not doing that no more. Miami too.
All right. Then we got on Friday as well, we got Dallas and Memphis. That's a good game, bro.
Give me Memphis.
So am I.
Give me Memphis. Give me Ja Morant, bro. I can't pick against Ja.
These dudes really balling, bro. Like, it's hard. It's hard.
Help me, Ja.
Watch this one. I'm going to have them thinking right now. It's a Friday's game as well. Friday got some good games, bro. We got Golden State Warriors versus Chicago. Ooh.
Give me the Bulls.
You going to Bulls?
Yeah. I like the Bulls.
I'm gonna go Golden State.
I like the Bulls for that one.
I'm gonna go Golden State.
Bulls like to lock up a player. They like to lock up a staff. I like that.
I'm gonna go Golden State. That's a good game. That's a hard to pick game. That's a hard to pick. Like anybody could win that one. Next we have 76ers Miami on the Saturday.
In Miami?
Yeah. You know who I'm going with?
Give me the Sixers.
I'm going 305, bro.
Yeah, give me the Sixers.
I'm never going against my team, bro. Unless they playing like Golden State or something.
Or the Suns.
I think what? All right. Then we have. I throw this in here because this is team. We got LA Lakers and Denver.
Denver.
You going Denver? Yeah, Denver.
When this is? What day?
What?
It's on Martin Luther King Day?
No, that's on Saturday.
Saturday? Night game? Saturday night game in Denver? Yeah, but you know what? Give me the Denver Nuggets.
I'm going LA.
Give me them Denver Nuggets. Okay.
I'm going LA. I don't like the Lakers, but I'm gonna go with them because I don't think they so up and down. They done lose once. They gonna win this one.
Yeah. They playing tonight though. Playing the Kings tonight. They gonna probably beat the Kings though. Okay, let's go.
See ya. Ah, God. Oh God.
Are you so serious with it? Like, flip. They might lose now. Who else you got?
We got Chicago and Boston.
Well, you pick a lot of Chicago games with these
because they playing to some good teams. All they teams like the Bulls and Boston. You can't say, oh, Bulls run away with that. Nah,
Bulls.
Me too though. I'm not picking Boston, bro.
Me too though. Yeah, you have all these Boston games.
But
Boston ain't helping none of us, but some of these Boston games.
But Boston is helping with the last.
Man, I only get a couple of them. I don't make it seem like I get a bunch.
None.
I ain't get a bunch off them.
I got none.
I just be shouting them out, shout out Jelly, I shout out all the time. Boston don't be doing that with us.
Just do it 500. So Boston did do a lot for them. I'm under 500 because 2 games I probably.
You know who's doing it for me? The Hornets doing it for me, bro. The Hornets doing it for me.
Yeah, maybe.
The Suns doing it for me.
Last game.
Shout out Spooty and the Suns.
We got shout out 8-2, 2-4-2. We got Utah and Denver.
Come on. Give me Utah. Give me Utah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Denver because that cut up the Lakers gonna put on them. They're gonna have to come back
and win that again. And I feel like I say Utah. I say really we're trying to make the All-Star game. Let me make him work. Let him put in some work.
Well, he's upset, bro.
He's great.
Yeah, he's like, yo, we ain't doing what we supposed to be doing. We losing. Like, what's going on? Like, they gotta do better.
Man, keep it real. But I see he's the vet. He's the vet, bro. He might be the best player on the team. Like, you gotta tell your team. At least he's trying to be the leader. That's good.
That's our 10 games. So hopefully, them 10 games gonna put us, I guess, on par, close to par.
And we definitely should have some separation now. Like the you part, between us, like you should be able to,
to say, oh yeah, this dude got it.
Yeah, 3 or 4 up. Like one of us gonna be 3 or 4 up, or I could be 7 up or something. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be crazy, yo. I think I'm stuck.
Nah, you just bring another 10 games.
We're going out to Seattle next week. We're going
just
to
to catch
7
up.
games.
To catch
up. We're 7 games. But like I said, we got some games on Monday all day. Martin Luther King. Wasn't that much of a hype game for me. Like to say, like these games is like such a hard pick'em.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the games Monday wasn't such of a hard pick'ems per se. But every game right now is a hard pick because you don't know who's gonna come.
Yeah. And people get better. And again, a lot of them every day, like we keep saying this all night, up and down. A lot of teams are up and down, except for the Grizzlies and the Bulls.
And I think the Grizzlies and Bulls has been the most consistent team to keep a team on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Injuries, COVID, all that stuff. That's true.
The Grizzlies has been
and even the Grizzlies missed Ja Morant, which is their best player. Mm-hmm. They won all their games while he was gone.
And they blowed out.
Yeah, so I think that's true. All right, so that is our show for today. This is Not a Fact Basketball Talk. We got Coach, we got the Black Swan. That's THABLACKSWAAN. Don't forget them 2 A's. We're excited to be back. Happy New Year again. If you're watching this on the playback, be sure to share. Feel free to comment. I'll still be checking the comments all week. And we're definitely going to have some poll posts coming up this week. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have some good times with that. We'll announce those. That's going to be inside the list next week.
You should show the thing up.
What's that?
How you feel about is Lamelo Ball a star, superstar? Yes, no. Let's see how.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. So that'll be one of our questions. But I want to get a couple of questions in there. Yeah, so we're going to have a good time. But this time, Fact Basketball, episode 8. We keeping count. That's episode 8.
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, smash that bell.
All that good stuff. Tell your friend about it. Let's argue. If you got my number, send me a message. If you ain't got my number, you know you can find me on the YouTube channel. Send me a message. And in the community post, we're going to have some good arguments. But appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you guys who are going to watch us on the playback. And until next time,
Be out.
be easy, guy.